Some days, the weight you carry is too much for words. You wake up already tired, feeling the heaviness in your chest before your feet even touch the floor. There are mornings when the ache is quiet but persistent, lingering in the background as you move through your routine. Sometimes pain doesn't announce itself with loud cries. It just settles in, quietly filling the spaces between your thoughts. Maybe today is one of those days. Maybe the world feels too loud, too demanding, too fast. Maybe your heart is tired from holding so much worries you can't name, memories you can't shake, hopes that feel too fragile to say out loud. And when you try to pray, the words don't come easily. You sit in the silence, unsure of what to say, wondering if anyone is listening. If that's where you find yourself, know that you are not alone. There are countless others right now, feeling the same ache, the same longing for relief, the same uncertainty about how to begin. Let this moment be a gentle invitation. You don't have to find the perfect words. You don't have to explain everything you feel. You don't have to be strong or eloquent or even hopeful. You just have to show up as you are, with whatever you have, even if all you can offer is your presence. Take a slow breath. Feel the air enter your lungs, cool and steady. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your mind, as restless as it may be, begin to soften at the edges. There is nothing you need to fix right now. No expectation for you to have it all together. This is your space to be honest, to be real, to let your heart speak in whatever way it can. Think back over your day or your week. What moments left a mark on your heart? Were there words that stung? Silences that felt too loud? Disappointments that weighed heavy on your mind? Or maybe it's the steady ache of missing someone, or the quiet pain of feeling unseen. Whatever you carry, let it be welcome here. You do not have to pretend. You do not have to push your feelings away. Your wounds are not a sign of failure. They are simply a part of your story, a reminder that you care deeply, that you are human. If you feel tears rising, let them come. Tears are not weakness. They are the soul's way of asking for relief, of making space for healing to begin. Now, imagine what it would feel like to let your heart rest, not to solve every problem, not to erase every hurt, but simply to be held in a presence that asks nothing of you except honesty. A presence that does not demand explanations or solutions, but offers comfort in the middle of the mess. Let yourself breathe into that comfort. Let it wrap around you like a soft blanket. Let it remind you that you do not have to carry everything alone. If your mind drifts to regrets or worries, gently bring it back to now. Trust that you are allowed to lay down what is too heavy for you tonight. You can pick it up again in the morning, if you must, but for now, let yourself rest. Think about the small things that bring you comfort. The feel of cool sheets against your skin, the sound of a gentle breeze outside your window, the familiar rhythm of your own breath. These are not insignificant. They are reminders that peace can be found in the ordinary, that comfort is available, even in the darkest hours. If you feel alone in your pain, know that there are others right now across the world, across the street, perhaps even in the next room, who are longing for the same relief, the same reassurance, the same gentle rest. Let that awareness soften your heart. You are part of a community of wounded healers, each one searching for peace, each one deserving of comfort. Now, turn your attention inward. What does your heart need most today? Maybe it's forgiveness for yourself, for someone else, for the ways things turned out. Maybe it's hope, or simply the permission to stop striving, to stop pretending to just be. Offer yourself the same compassion you would offer a friend. Speak to your own heart with patience, with kindness, with the gentle assurance that you are allowed to rest. If you feel gratitude, let it rise. Thank yourself for surviving another day, for showing up even when it was hard, for being willing to seek comfort and healing. Let this gratitude become a quiet strength, a reminder that you are supported, cherished, and never truly alone. As you settle deeper into this moment, carry with you the truth that you are enough. Not because you are unbreakable, but because you are honest, because you are willing to rest, because you are brave enough to seek healing. Let yourself rest in that truth. Let your mind wander gently through the memories that linger from today. Not to judge or relive each one, but to notice the quiet ways you endured. There were moments when you kept moving, even though your spirit felt heavy. There were hours when you offered patience, even as frustration pressed in. There were times when you listened, when you showed up, when you cared, even if your own heart was aching. These are not small things. They are signs of your resilience, your willingness to keep showing up, even when the world feels overwhelming. Honor those moments. Now, let yourself feel proud of the ways you survived, the ways you cared, the ways you kept hope alive. If you find yourself replaying conversations or wishing you could rewrite the past, let those thoughts drift by like clouds across a quiet sky. You are not defined by your mistakes or by the words you wish you could take back. You are defined by your willingness to keep trying, to keep loving, to keep seeking peace. Now, turn your attention to the small comforts that help you unwind. Maybe it's the ritual of making a warm drink, the softness of your favorite blanket, the gentle glow of a lamp in the corner. Let these details remind you that comfort is not always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's found in the simplest things. If your heart aches for connection, think of the people who have touched your life with kindness. A friend who listened, a loved one who offered a hug, a stranger who smiled at you when you needed it most. Let gratitude for those connections fill you, even if they are distant or just memories tonight. If you feel alone, remember that you are part of a larger story. There are countless others right now, longing for the same comfort, the same peace, the same gentle rest. Let that awareness bring you solace. You are not isolated in your pain. You are held in the quiet web of shared humanity. As you prepare to let go of the day, notice what your body needs. Maybe it's a deep breath, a slow stretch, a moment of stillness before you close your eyes. Listen to your own needs and honor them without judgment or expectation. If you find yourself longing for healing, trust that it does not always arrive all at once. Sometimes it comes slowly, quietly, in the softening of your heart, in the easing of your breath, in the willingness to rest even when you do not feel whole. Let yourself believe that rest is not a reward for perfection, but a gift for being human. You do not have to earn the right to be comforted. You do not have to prove your worth to be held. If you feel gratitude, let it settle in your heart. Thank yourself for seeking peace, for allowing yourself to be vulnerable, for choosing rest even when it feels unfamiliar. Let this gratitude become a gentle light within you, illuminating the darkness, guiding you toward hope. As you sink deeper into this moment, carry with you the quiet assurance that you are enough. You are worthy of healing, of comfort, of rest. You are allowed to let go, to breathe, to simply be. Let yourself rest in that truth. As the hours slip by and the world grows quieter, notice how the heaviness you carry begins to shift, even if only a little. Sometimes simply allowing yourself to be present with what hurts is the first step toward healing. You don't have to force yourself to feel better. You don't have to rush the process. This is a moment for honesty, for gentle acceptance, for letting your heart be exactly as it is. Think about the places in your life that feel tender or raw. Maybe it's a recent disappointment, a difficult conversation, or the ache of something missing. Perhaps it's the slow burn of grief, or the frustration of waiting for answers that haven't come. Whatever it is, let it be seen here without judgment or shame. You are not required to hide your pain. You are not expected to have all the answers. You are allowed to bring your whole self, uncertain, wounded, hoping, into this quiet space. If you find yourself longing for comfort, imagine what it would feel like to be held in a presence that asks nothing of you but honesty. A presence that does not turn away from your tears, that does not grow impatient with your questions, that simply stays steady, tender, near. Let yourself breathe into that comfort. Let it wrap around you, soft and steady, like the embrace you've been longing for. Let it remind you that you do not have to carry everything alone. If your thoughts return to old wounds, greet them with compassion. Remind yourself that you have survived every hard day so far. You have learned, grown, and found moments of peace, even in the midst of struggle. Think about the people you wish you could reach out to tonight. Maybe there is someone you miss, someone you hope is well, someone you need to forgive or be forgiven by. Send them a silent blessing, a wish for comfort, a hope for healing, knowing that even unspoken prayers can bring light to the darkness. If you feel gratitude, let it expand. Thank yourself for your courage, for your resilience, for your willingness to keep hoping even when hope feels fragile. Let this gratitude become a gentle warmth within you, soothing the places that hurt, reminding you that you are not alone. As you drift toward rest, allow yourself to imagine being held in a presence that is calm, steady, and healing. A presence that does not turn away from your weakness, but draws nearer to you because of it. A presence that asks nothing more than your willingness to rest. You do not have to be okay to be held. You do not have to be strong to be loved. You just have to show up, to trust that comfort is possible even now. Let yourself rest in that truth. As the night settles in and the world grows still, let yourself surrender to the softness of this moment. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, the quiet beating of your heart, the sense that, even in pain, you are being held by something steady and kind. You have carried enough for today. Now is the time to let go, to rest, to trust that you are safe here. Reflect on the journey that brought you to this moment, every challenge faced, every emotion felt, every small act of courage that helped you make it through. You do not need to have all the answers. You do not need to tie up every loose end before you sleep. It is enough to simply be, to allow yourself to be held by a presence that asks nothing more than your honesty and your willingness to rest. Think about the small mercies that found you today. A moment of laughter, a gentle word, the comfort of a familiar routine. Let gratitude for these gifts fill your heart, even if the day was difficult. Gratitude does not erase pain, but it can soften its edges, making space for hope to enter. If your heart aches for healing, trust that rest is part of the process. Healing does not always come in grand gestures or sudden relief. Sometimes it arrives quietly, in the willingness to let go, to breathe, to trust that you are not alone in your struggle. Imagine yourself surrounded by a gentle light, warm and steady, wrapping around you like a blanket. This light is not here to judge or fix you, but simply to offer comfort, to remind you that you are safe, that you are loved, that you are enough. As you drift closer to sleep, let go of the need to be strong. Let yourself be as you are, tired, wounded, hopeful, human. There is no requirement to be perfect. There is only the invitation to rest, to receive, to be renewed. If you find yourself longing for reassurance, remember that you are not alone. There are others, right now, seeking the same peace, the same comfort, the same gentle rest. Let that awareness connect you to a circle of souls, each one held in quiet. Compassion. Before you close your eyes, set a gentle intention for tomorrow. Maybe it's to move a little slower, to speak to yourself with more kindness, to notice the small comforts that appear throughout your day. Let this intention be a source of hope, a reminder that you can begin again, no matter how heavy the night has been. If this reflection brought you comfort, let us know in the comments by writing, even in silence, I am heard. Share a hope for healing, a moment of peace you found, or a word of encouragement for someone else. Let's continue to build this circle of gentle support and faith together. Subscribe to the channel so you never walk alone. Turn on notifications so you're always invited back to this space of comfort and healing. And always remember, no matter where you are, we walk together in faith.